Are you ready for another transit talk? Well, let's get ready to rumble. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Listen very closely to me. We don't have much time. We don't have much time. You see this? You see this? You see every planet that's crossed Libra? I want you to understand everything from Aries to Virgo was developmental. We had to pick up the pieces. Now that we're past Libra, it's fucking go time. I hope you're ready. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. We getting right into this. Okay, we getting right. This is what you fucking waited for. Shout out to those of you enjoying this true game changer. Please understand there's no reason to give up faith and hope in everything that you're doing because we out here, baby. We out here, baby. Get ready for a 2.5 year disillusionment process while everyone who forsake the truth is about to get a rude awakening, and all of you who've been living by truth, you ain't about to step into some rulership. How you like that? How you like that? But we can't rush things. We still got this 6-month arc. Okay, we still got this 6-month arc right here. You see right here, October 11th, Venus just came out of her Venus retrograde in Leo, had to, drip herself in the swag, and now she's coming through in the Nine of Pentacles, Kylie Jenner, Venus, Virgo, ready to make what she worth. Okay, y'all need to understand. This the end of Mars in Libra is the end of the pre-eclipse period. We're going to be coming off a moon in Aries full moon eclipse. That's a 2-week setup for the actual eclipse. South Nodal 6-month character arc. Road to war, baby. That's going to be the monthly piece report for Libra. Road to war. Okay, let's get it. And hold on. Y'all think I'm playing. Y'all don't know I'm cooking. I got Mercury through the signs. Just in case you didn't know I was cooking in the background, I already have like Mercury videos. I have Mercury in Aries, Mercury in Gemini, Mercury. Shout out to Chad cooking. Hold on. Y'all think I'm playing? Y'all think I'm playing? I already got the World War Zero Season 2 episode list. We are not playing. We are not playing. Okay, we cooking over here. We got the Astro 101 series. Okay, we finished Mercury. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yin Yang 8 Mechanics Part 3. Okay, Divine RPG Part 2. Okay, we're gonna go in the soul power, spirit, soul hierarchy. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. The time for analysis is finishing. You are now reaching the arena where it's time to present what you got. Master it as you go. Master and continue to master it as you go. By the time we have Mars at the very end of Libra, you have now fully applied the polishing and mastery of the actual application of everything you have mastered over the past 6 months. Remember, we did have that retrograde in Gemini. So that retrograde in Gemini is everything that you're ready to take what you reevaluated and everything that you think you're capable of. And now you're socially expressing it. You are unlocking your true social power. Show us your stuff. Show me your moves. Show me your moves. Show me your moves. This is the playoff region. So you have to understand this is probably one of the illest Super Smash Bros. Ultimate competitions of all time. And whether you know it or not, you're a part of a real life version of this. I like to akin it to an MMORPG, but this Virgo season, you have been taking your main All right, in Smash Bros, you have a main. You have a main character that you use. You might have a side character you use, you know what I'm saying? But you have that main one you use. Well, you leveled up how well you could play with me, Mario, and Dr. Mario. If I'm feeling saucy, I'm gonna do Dr. Mario, but give me original Mario. You feel me? And so you have been grinding because you made it through cancer season. Cancer season, you had to play a game. Aries season, you picked the character. Taurus season, you edited how you wanted to look. Gemini season, you know what I'm saying? You play with the move sets. Boom, Cancer season. You played an initial exhibition match. You won the exhibition match. You qualified for the fucking playoffs. Baby, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Because Aries is you. Libra is now your Captain Falcon player in the Matrix post Virgo. Do you feel me? This is how you personify your presentation of character balanced through Libra. So this Virgo season, you've been practicing. You've been practicing. You've been hitting the sticks. You've been playing people online. Oh, yeah, I want the gold. I want the gold. Libra season, Mars and Libra, you're actually playing at the playoffs. And it's a 6-month arc elimination round or a point system, however you want to see it, right? That should you make it to Aries, it'll determine the ranking you start in Aries. That's the true eclipse. The 6-month preparation is for Aries. Okay. So trust me. Okay. Now that Mars is in Libra, you are practically applying your skills. So let me actually break down what that looks like with this analogy. Okay. Mars, by the time it ends in Libra, the sun will finally be in Libra. So this is going to be that period where you're now aware of this competition. You have now entered it. So I want to speak on the difference between the official playoff game versus Mars in Libra while the sun is still in Virgo. Okay. And now that you've seen this date, all right, I want to show you this right here. This is when this transit began, August 27th to, of course, October 11th. Okay. Key factors that we want to look at. This transit is going to end when Saturn retrogrades back to 0 degrees, guys. Once this is over, Saturn's going to go direct, and the beginning of the end of the world is going to recommence. It's not a joke. Okay. You must take everything you applied about applying discernment and seeing through false authority, and it's time to apply it. We ride at dawn. You're going to, of course, go through a sequence of events that will test your character through these decisions you make. And this is where going through the Libra portal allows you to apply the breakthrough of the integration of the individuality you activated from May to, of course, July. Yes, I know my shit. Yes, I know my shit. So here we go. Okay. Shout out to Jay Phoenix. As you can see, this transit started while the sun is still in Virgo. So the sun still in Virgo is you at the Mars coming out of 29 degrees Virgo is you just initially preparing to master, because Leo season after Cancer season was like, okay, this is the character I'm standing on. This is the character I'm going to feel my talent for. And this is where Virgo season, you're taking your Super Smash Bros character and you're practicing it. Okay. Everything from Mars coming up to 29 degrees Virgo is you playing Super Smash Bros with your friends. It's you playing Super Smash Bros against computer CPU opponents, against the practice mode. You reach the mastery of your ability. Now it's entered Libra. Now you're going to Super Smash Bros and you're connecting to the social online element to where you're having unranked battles with other real people. But you're still in Virgo season, so you're not in the official playoffs, but now you're practicing. See, level 29 Virgo 29 degrees, you slaughtered all the level 9 CPUs. Now 0 degrees Libra, it's time to take that and start to wash real people online. But you're still practicing. This is now the next stage of your practice. Tell me you love this analogy without telling me this analogy is it. Thank you. The first question is, who are y'all maining? This is what you decided Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. The Super Smash Bros. Character, of course, is an analogy for you in integrating your recently evolved self into this matrix and society. Okay. But, Dr. Mario, baby. Mario and Dr. Mario. Let's go. Shout out to Kirby. Kirby's one of the GOATs. All right. Thank you. So, like, you're now integrating the activation of your main, and this is you practicing. You've now reached the stage of practice where you're integrating actual social challenge. You're now using your skills. Okay. Jigglypuff. You put people to sleep with your music, and then you knock them the fuck out when you sleep on them. All right. You sleep on people for sleeping on you. That's what it means. Okay. So, and I love how you said, what meta are we playing? Because you can have so much fun with this, right? You can really customize this however you want. And I just want to really make sure you're clear. Mars and Libra is you directly applying what you've been practicing in your inner world towards other people. But there's the Virgo season portion of Mars and Libra, and then there's the Libra season portion. Once we step into the Libra season portion, this is where, and I'm going to actually fast forward, this is where, of course, everything from August 27th to September 23rd is where, by the time we step into September 23rd, the equinox point reset, boom. This is where it's time for registration. So Moon in Capricorn to the full moon is playoff registration. Okay, you've already gained your practice washing people online. Now it's time to go to your local competition and start to get the ranked preliminaries. Boom. Full moon eclipse is where you officially understand your identity. You register your identity for the Libra Sun eclipse South Node. This is where you put in your thing like, yeah, put me in the playoffs. Okay. Then we come into this 2-week preparation phase so that you're going through the preliminary rounds. Then you make it to the eclipse in Libra, and Mars is in Scorpio, baby. Now you're playing for keep. Now you're getting ready to break through at a greater level. It's a Mars and Scorpio. We're going to go into how it's a deeper level of this application of now transforming the psychology around how you take action, because you've mastered the presentation and expression for it. By 29 degrees Libra in October 11th, you're in the competition whooping people's ass at Smash. Freedom is always the prize. Freedom is always a prize. And if you're already free, you're just maintaining freedom, right? All bragging rights. You already know, all bragging rights. I'm the ultimate. Smash, let's get it. So like you're washing people in Smash. You're laying the smack down, 29 degrees. You're applying the mastery of everything you practice. Boom, 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 boom. And then Mars and Scorpio is going to now take us to a deeper psychological level. And that's what's going to bring Mars and Sagittarius the final breakthrough of completely ascending your capability. You need to go back to Mars and Aries. Mars in Libra is the first of 3 stages of breaking through our power. And it's during this period that the sun is going to catch up to Mars, guys. At some point, we're going to have Sun, Mars, Scorpio, if not Sag. So let me actually show you that. This is crucial. This is crucial. And Mercury too. We're going to talk about this in Scorpio. This is the first time the sun is catching up to Mars since the last time it overtook. So there's, and what is this opposite? Uranus and of course, Taurus. So by this point, you've already mastered the expression of this socially. Now you're going to begin to transform your society through the mastery of your expression of these abilities. And we'll talk about how that ties into Uranus and how this is going to naturally have you harness more energy with this transformation. Everything about it is supernatural. But before we step into that purity of intense energy, we have to balance the expression. We have to make sure we can take our talent and balance being able to put it in the appropriate context. So welcome once again to this transit talk. This is going to be very rewarding because a lot of people are talking shit relative to how your authenticity triggers all the stupid, dumb shit they believe. Not because we believe it's dumb and stupid, but because it's not based on reality. Many of you have been dealing with people who are angry because they cannot admit to themselves that their beliefs are not based in reality. And you, a real being, are proving that without having to argue with them. You'll know because they're hitting you with ad hominem fallacies. They don't really speak to what you're saying that's calling them out. They just insult you. They hit you with strawman arguments, creating bullshit that has nothing to do with your point. Massive red herrings. Don't get discouraged when you experience this. These are points on your scoreboard saying that you're headed in the right direction, because in any MMORPG, once you beat different random encounters, you gain experience. This is just you gaining experience and leveling the fuck up. And the illusion is to, of course, demoralize you and stop you from moving in that right direction. Just like any video game, there's always more random encounters and enemies, but we are kicking ass, Infinity Gang, and we are laying the smack down. And this is where, guys, you want to be excited. We are 6 degrees Mars and Libra. You will have no better evidence of all the work you have done towards where Mars and Libra is going to express this. The first evidence of this during the first decade of Venus is expressing the polish of your abilities. So if you notice, your ability to hit so much more is at this point more than miss. Okay. I always like to use the example of, getting free pre-rolls from the dispensary. Now I could just go up there and be like, I know I'm gonna get a pre-roll, and I got a free pre-roll. It's no longer hit or miss. All right. I'm able to like pull tarot cards at random and know what the card is going to be before then, which is some crazy shit to be able to just do off the fly. And I'm not the only one here watching this or involved here who's doing stuff like this. So you need to get excited, because this is your first point of completion. You are harvesting everything that you kicked off Mars and Aries, which happened last year. Okay, listen, do not sleep on yourself. Do not sleep on yourself. The first part of this is going to induce a little bit of psychosis, and that is Mars that has just initiated its closing quincunx, meaning it's making a Scorpio transformative signature to Saturn in Pisces. This is going to ring true for those of you who, oh, Kurt, lots of trial and error. That's what I'm saying. Like, people, Kurt, you asked the most important question. Lots of people see mastery of magic, and you see someone just make the intent and then it happens. And people think, oh, well, magic is supposed to be easy like that. But it's the exact same way that a bodybuilder that can lift 500 pounds lifts 500 pounds. When I started doing this, I couldn't just do it like that. I had to do a lot of trial and error. I had to literally practice it every day, because it was a muscle I was training in my brain, instant manifestation, right? But the person in the gym didn't just start lifting 500 pounds. He had to be in the gym every day, build the muscle to work his way up. Magic is no different. Working out is just a form of natural earth magic. It's a lot more predictable and consistent. That's why a lot of people like Virgo. They do the routine. But there's 3 other types of magic you can use concurrently. There's thought magic, Gemini, low tier, but quick results. Then you have Sagittarius, high magic, high tier, but you know what I'm saying? It might not be the quickest. Then you have Pisces magic, you know what I'm saying? Highest tier, all right? You know what I'm saying? That shit is a little bit unfair, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not even going to trip. And yeah, all right. So, this is your opportunity to show what you're made of. And many of you have been hit with outright gaslighting mechanics to deter you from trusting in your instincts and senses by being told you're delusional, you're irrational, when many of you are beyond logic. So Virgo is the way to take any magic that originates from the mind and through routine, master it. And this is where you're starting to see the results. It wasn't all for nothing. For those of you who felt like you were repeating, you didn't see results, it is flourishing through now. Especially with Mercury that is retrograded on the sun, you are initiating this true game changer. You need to be excited. You need to be excited. Reflection, facts. Okay, gang stalking too. So this is where you're going to break through this. We're in the beginning of Libra, the breakthrough arc with Mars. You're going to break through this through the authentic expression of classic balance, fully bringing out the beginning of harvesting what you've mastered. Okay. And that's where, because with this mathematical angle, I only came to bring you math. Mars, that is about 213 degrees, 3 degrees past the 210 degree mark, right? 30 degrees from 180 degrees, the opposition. This is starting to transform the integrity of your beliefs. So let's look at the king kunks with Mars and Leo. Mars and Leo began the Virgo signature of integrating into your beliefs the heart and the creativity to actually instill in the way your neural pathways process reality warping through your imagination, because that's what this pack is. This is the graduating class of 93, 94, 95, people with Saturn and Pisces who are now installing their reality warping pack. The last graduating class was 1960, 61, and they're coming in to wrap up. So this is a huge deal, especially kids who are being born right now who have reality warping at the highest potential at Neptune, Saturn. Boom. All right, 150 plus years in the making. So you were integrating into your behavior how your beliefs were transforming everything you started to love, because you were starting to see, oh, this is possible to create. Then you completed it in Virgo, where the opposition was, okay, the integrity of my beliefs is matching everything I'm practically producing to begin harvesting the supernatural effects of how I really master and bring this into reality. Now, and this is why you need to get excited. Now we are in Libra, this 213 degree angle from Mars to Saturn is now applying the harvest of what we finished integrating. The loading screen is done. And now with the loading screen done, you are effectively transforming. This is why Libra is the 8th house of Pisces. You are transforming the integrity of your beliefs, because what you had to build the belief that you can master and do, that was what the Mars and Cancer, Leo, and Virgo was. It's like, I believe I can do this. I believe I can do this. I'm starting to create it. I believe I can do it. It's happening. I believe I can do it. I feel it. Mars and Cancer. I believe I can do it. Saturn and Pisces. I'm starting to break through and I'm integrating its creativity. Okay, I'm starting to add more style to how I do this. Mars and Virgo opposition. I believe I can do this. Saturn and Pisces. I'm starting to see it happening. It's happening. Now we're at Mars and Libra. I believe I can do it because I did it. Like, it's no longer it's happening. I just did it to 5 people. Now the way I believe I can do it is completely transformed because I'm doing it. Because I'm doing it. You need to track the cycles of the planets to Saturn, because they'll let you know. This to the sun will let you know your awareness. To Saturn will let you know how these things, of course, are unpacking. And this is very important because at this social aspect, there is going to be a bit of a disillusionment where up until this point, what you're doing in alignment with this are stuff that people are saying you're delusional for believing, this isn't real. And now you're taking actions that not only show they're real, you're putting it in its context and it's transforming the collective beliefs and illusions. You're exposing how people are calling you delusional because they're weak little bitches who are threatened by your authenticity and cling so much to their beliefs that they feel you're attacking them. So they have to attack you. Hurt people, hurt people. That's why I'm saying you're going to lay the smack down, not by hitting people with fists or arguing with people, just by taking true, authentic action aligned with your integrity. Once Saturn starts to trine Mars and Scorpio post October 11th, now you've established this into the death psychology of your philosophy. You're transforming how you actually take action off this because you've already done it. It hits now. You need to get excited. We're in the you're getting ready to confront all the bullshit. This is the whole thing about this. There's no savior that's going to come down and address these issues for you. You are a part of the revolution. God has anointed you and has given you spiritual gifts. You're in a land full of demons, vampires, and devils that are going to do everything in their power to lie to you about your God-given gifts because they don't want you to tap into them. The right to land you have on this land and to do what you want. Okay. So no matter what race, creed, or color you are. Okay. So the reason why this is so very important is you're the one who's leading the path to revolution. We are all we got. We are all we need. Everyone has their own individual role to play. That's the North Node in Aries. That's tying society to unlock everyone's individual path, which ties us all together, North Node Pisces. And this is where, through what you're doing, you are directly confronting in your own way with your own given gifts, the path that's going to take you to the new world. Please look at me. Understand that you have, listen. You don't have to know exactly what my gift is. My gift is this or that. You have your lifetime to express your limitless potential. But I want you to comment an exclamation mark if you know you have been revealed a unique gift, an attribute about yourself that you know comes from the divine, that you know. And even if you don't like the terms divine or heaven or God, that you align with, that you have integrity with. Are you staying on something? Because you were revealed this Leo season. That's what you're perfecting. Okay. Y'all know you're clairvoyant, clairaudient. Most of these things that you call gifts are just your natural senses. And that's what Virgo is trying to teach you. You guys, we've been allowed to be brainwashed to the point where our natural abilities, they put in fantasy and science fiction that, oh, this is fantasy, this is superpowers. A lot of the stuff you think are superpowers are not superpowers. They're your regular natural abilities. So because you're looking at them like superpower, I told you I'm not pulling punches today. Everything that passes Leo, we're getting ready for war. We're getting ready for war. I'm not going to sugarcoat anymore. Uranus was in Gemini during Civil War I, and Neptune was in Aries. Pluto was in Aquarius during the Revolutionary War. Okay, coming out of Cap. Uranus is about to go into Gemini. Neptune, we're headed to war. I'm just letting you know, all this shit's about to collapse on itself. And if you're caught in the wrong moment, listening to false narratives, you didn't build your arc. You guys have been building your arc. You have less than 2 years for Saturn to go through Pisces. Everything that's going to happen is going to happen over the next 2 years. There is a fight happening in this world right now, and millions of people are still asleep, but you are awake. You're awake for a reason. You're awake for a reason. This world wants you to think that your minuscule, puny perception doesn't matter. Why are they trying to censor it though? Because over the next 2 years, when Saturn enters Aries and there's a new world order, this Piscean energy is variable. By the time the North Node hits Saturn, Neptune at the end of Pisces, the decision has been made. Are we going to begin the new world order with these evil, domineering, gaslighting, whatever you want to call them, overlords, reptilians, demons, whatever, evil people that wish to take over your freedom if you give them your power? Or are we as a collective going to move in that direction? That's what's happening over the next 2 years, whether you want to admit it or not, all over the world. Go back to the 90s, because it's a kind of a return to form. This kind of happened back then, but it was all setting this up now. Okay. All you have to do is build your arc. Those of you who are building your arc, if you commented an exclamation mark, everything that you do in pursuit of godliness and taking this God-given fact and talent you were given and relentlessly perfecting it and aligning with it, you're building your arc. You know it is, because people are looking at you work at your talents and your gifts and they're like, get a real job, or why are you working that job, or what are you doing? That doesn't make sense. You're building your arc. That's how you know it's your arc you're building. It's something that you see that for some reason other people don't see, unless they've also been gifted by God. And they're walking up to you like, hey, how are you building that? And you're like, you see that? You're starting to connect this Libra season. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to say. Yes, it's time. It's time, fam. It is fucking time. Shoot me an email, my nigga. Let's go. So like this is very important. And you need to get excited. If you commented an exclamation mark, you are destined. You are destined to make it to the new world. Contemplate on that. We already won. We already won. You're gonna see people running away, running all around the world with their like a chicken with their head cut off. And you are just gonna be calm because you know you're here for a reason and you know everything that's going on. You're supposed to use your God-given talents to get through this. That's so very important. You were not given these gifts. The reason why you're given these gifts is to create the new world with it, the new heaven and the new earth. Some of you, your names are written in the book of life. And if you're Infinity Gang, all of you, okay. So you're supposed to use these gifts to build that new world, which implies you're going to make it through this one. That's why this was revealed to you. That's why this Mars and Libra is so important. Because you are going through the Pluto square to break through the peer pressure that's going to come at the climax of this when you're told, oh, you don't want to get vaccinated again. Oh, you don't believe in this lockdown. Oh, you want to do this conspiracy, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't matter. Even if people are telling you, oh, you want to get you want to get vaccinated, you want to get the vaccination. If that's in alignment with your integrity, do not let anyone stop you from getting vaxxed. It's not about if you're doing this or not. This is about your will and intent in alignment with the integrity of what you know you choose to do. That's everyone's role to play. This is really just one big screenplay. Once you die, you're going to go back into the casting call like, we were such assholes to each other. We were ops in the play. You don't have to believe that. You don't have to believe that. You don't have to believe. You can get caught up hating people on the internet you don't even know. You can do that. You can do that. Or you could just blank the distractions and get ready for war because we already won this bitch. Imagine like if you read the manga, guys, you're gonna see war break out, but you already know we won the war. Come on, dog. Everyone's gonna lose faith and hope. You already know I built my ark. Run the war, bro. You're like, thank you. We made it to the new world. That's the very first thing. They're going to run the deception train. That's this Pisces energy. So you're transforming with Neptune and Saturn, the basis of how you imagine, because you're going from imagining to build a behavior to now manifesting this new behavior and transforming your beliefs. Because it's like, all right, I believed I can do it, but now I'm doing it. So the way I believe in it is transforming. And that's what the wisdom of Scorpio is going to give you, the light to show you how you begin to move forward now that you're transforming those beliefs. And then the Mars and Sagittarius is the final breakthrough. And that's what's going to ascend the higher meaning of where to take this. In a Capricorn, it's exaltation. And that's going to be the midpoint checkpoint to take the first people who, of course, are in the playoffs. And that's where we're going to start to get ready for the finalists. Okay. That's a little bit vague because I'm just using that as an analogy. You can see it in any way, right? You can see North Node and Libra as the playoffs, and then North Node and Aries as the final championship. Or you can see North Node, South Node, Libra eclipse as the playoffs, and then the Capricorn season is the finals championship. And then whoever wins the finals, that they start the next season in Aries as the champions, and then we do another playoff round Libra season. I want you to see this any way you want. If you know what I'm saying, if you so I'm just kind of giving you an idea, Gemini Sun idea of how you can kind of think about this. But like, yeah, you want to get once again super excited because the transformation of this is going to at first bring a disillusionment effect. This disillusionment effect is going to be your subconscious catching up with your conscious mind, with which it's been programmed over and over and over to subtly believe that, oh, you're not selling the truth, you're delusional, blah, 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 blah. But now you're doing it. You're consciously doing things you've been told your whole life are not possible, isn't real. And so this is where all of those demonic harsh, insecure forces trying to ad hominem you to death and reinforce you are going to be increasingly terrified because you are removing all doubt. This disillusionment is this sense of, if you commented an exclamation mark, what's happening now over the next week and a half is this sense unconsciously where it's like, oh, wow, I was right. We truly were right. Like, you knew you were right, but it's like, wow, like, I don't have to say I'm right. The actions I'm taking are showing that I'm right. You're now completing this showing, Mars and Sagittarius. This is the beginning of breakthrough, where you're presenting the facts of Virgo with your actions towards people. So now, once again, a huge example. Oh, the peace dealer is a con man, and I don't have to argue with you. I can stand on my integrity and be like, who did I con though? In order for me to be a con man, I would have to be reported to the Better Business Bureau. I have 5 stars. I have impeccable reviews. Who have I ever conned in my 10 plus year career? I don't have to argue with you. That's the presentation. I got receipts. I got receipts. Now that's 12th house Virgo. You can leave it there. I could pull it up. Boom, magic. Our actions are speaking louder than our words. And this is what's going to continue to transform the global narrative because of these actions being produced, aligning with the South Node. Okay. So very important. So this is where a lot of the social, listen, the Mars opposition to Chiron is now the social Taurus rising. Great question. I'm progressed Cancer rising. The opposition to Chiron to Mars is this shade you're sensing psychically and energetically. You ever deal with people who you solidly prove them wrong in an argument, but they're so delusionally stubborn in there, they have to start dissing you. They have to start being like, well, you're a bitch, or you're this. I didn't want your number anyway, blah, 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 blah. That's this opposition where you are now facing the shadow of this Aries opposition to push you to challenge yourself to step into your individuality. And this is where, listen, you're now in a sense where your actions are just like, haha, you're mad, whether you're petty or not. You could be the kindest person. Your actions are going to be saying, ha ha, aha, you're mad, because you spent a whole decade creating a static image and personality about me in your head. And now I'm showing you I was never that. Ha ha, you're mad. You can't manipulate me. This is your victory. Leo to Sag is your victory, baby. Let's get it. This is so very important, guys. This is happening right now. We're having the true game changer right now. This transformation is unconsciously giving you this disillusionment because those of you who press the exclamation mark once again, you're going to go through this subtle effect where it's like, oh, it's actually happening. Oh, the narrative in Pisces through the shadow of Pisces versus the light, the actual integrity of Pisces that aligns with it. I was told this wasn't real. I'm doing it. That's what this is. I was perceived I couldn't do this. I did this. So it's not up for debate. You're showing improving. Not only are you showing improving, you're going to manifest the wisdom behind your actions, the Scorpio energy. But this disillusionment is transforming you out of this whole notion of initially feeling, okay, does this feel real? Wow, this is actually happening. This is where the square to Pluto and Capricorn is destabilizing the corruption in collective authority that try to reinforce you living outside of your integrity. So it's like you're seeing it happen, but it's still feeling real to you. Okay. It's like, oh, wow, this is the turning point, but it's still feeling real. It's like, okay, how real is this? By the time we're in Libra season, it's fully real. You fully come into the new moon. You're stepping into this. So that's the first thing I want to speak on that's happening right now. This quincunx to Saturn is reinforcing this integrity of Saturn crystallizing your beliefs through reality warping mechanics that your social actions are bringing into context and transforming how you believe. Right? I believe I can fly. I spread my wings and fly away. I think about it every night and day. Okay, I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. I'm levitating. Oh my gosh. Now the way I believe about flying isn't like someone who believed I can fly. Now it's like, I think I can fly higher. See, that's going to bring us to ascension Sagittarius, where you're going from levitating to soaring 40 miles an hour through the sky. Controversial enough. Now, this is where the Uranus Jupiter quincunx, the Uranus Jupiter quincunx transforms Libra. So Mars is going to come into a Virgo signature at the middle and end of this transit. It's going to complete in Scorpio, and then it's going to break through and transform in Sag. This is why you need to be super excited. So the first thing I broke down are the supernatural, metaphysical, imaginary dynamics. Yes, imaginary dynamics. Okay. That subsequently transform your beliefs around your potential and your connection with, of course, the divine facets of yourself. All right. Through your imagination. Now, the extra dimensional energy portal of this is where things get even more real. What Mars is doing here is it's fully integrating and getting ready to transform now the quality of how you take this social action. That's the yod being formed. What you're going to realize is that by the time we get to Mars Scorpio, you're now realizing the quality of energy I can produce so that my actions hit stronger has a pep in my step now. Jupiter and Uranus is what's going to be responsible for you breaking through into the ability to harness your natural energy reserves for enhanced physical and mental effects at will. This is the principle that everyone is breaking through. It's just no one else is you. So the way that you produce your energy is not going to be the same as how everyone produces their energy. So with that being said, let's actually move forward to the Jupiter quincunx. What we want to see is that this not only brings us into the second decan of Libra, subruled by Aquarius, but by the time we get there, okay, this is exciting, y'all. We have the new moon, and boom. So this quincunx, from where we are now in September 5th to September 21st, this is going to bring us from Mars in Gemini now to Mars in Sagittarius, Moon in Sagittarius, Moon in Gemini to Moon in Sagittarius. In 2 weeks from now, Mars is going to begin to integrate Jupiter, Zeus, and Uranus. This is going to be the process through which you're able to integrate the application of your power with the necessary extra dimensional energy and enhancement of energy to add strength. So Pisces is giving you this perception where it's like, I believe that I can achieve more because I'm doing it, and I'm literally experiencing this transformation of my beliefs. Then the Taurus is, oh, not only do I believe with Pisces, but now the strength and the quality of how I'm able to harness my own natural energy and effects of my body are enhanced to the point where I can now do these actions with so much greater strength and the perception. That's the cardinal yod, the perception and the strength that points forward the action. Those are the one of three types of yods. And this is where Chiron opposite Libra is now adjusting the vulnerability that not only do you heal others, you're healing other people by smacking them in the face with your energetic dick. by not taking their bullshit, because this is a raw, savage Aries opposition. It's the light of Aries that's going to have your authenticity shine through by watching people throw shade at you. 180-degree oppositions are open enemies. And with the shade of Pisces and Taurus, it's going to be people throwing shade. It's going to be people who are in denial of the fact that you have, with your actions, broken through at a beginning level every false belief they had. So they're going to throw shade, and you're going to clap back by smacking their face with your energetic dick just by walking into authenticity. This is where, if with the opposition you don't balance that authenticity and you start to be inauthentic and you start to get in your ego and prideful, it's gonna backfire. The challenge is to maintain authenticity without having to prove too much, because your actions are doing all of the talking. Now, this energy dynamic is happening as we have the new moon in Virgo, and now, of course, the moon in Sagittarius. We started the moon in Sagittarius with the beginning of this Virgo season. So now the moon is coming back into Sagittarius at the end of Sagittarius season. The beginning of Virgo season with the moon in Sag was Goku looking at Master Roshi and shooting the Kamehameha wave at a car. You instantly applied this technique just by seeing it the first time. Revisiting Moon in Sag at the end of Virgo season is now Goku shooting a much more polished Kamehameha with Mars in Libra. Okay, Mars wasn't in Libra when we started Virgo season. Goku knows exactly what I'm talking about. His very first Kamehameha was not polished. It just busted up a car, which is wild. But now he can shoot Kamehamehas that can kill people. That's the difference. Now the square to Pluto brings in the karmic heavy weight of what kind of justice and law should I enforce on using my powers for balance, good or bad. This gets deep, Gal. It gets Scorpio. It gets deep. Kamehameha lama 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 lama. Yes, that's the secret technique. That's the Scorpio season. Scorpio season is transformation in the great ape, opposition to Jupiter, Uranus, completing the evolution, and the evolution is going to complete itself in a full-on transformation. But before we transform, we need Libra season to show us how we balance our expression with other people. We fight the red rimmed army coming into Aries season. But before we fight, you guys are asking the best questions, by the way. I'm so grateful for you. Before we fight the red ribbon army, we need to prepare for war through the South Node in Libra to, of course, the North Node in Aries, where it's kick off. We climb Corin's Tower Sagittarius season and ascend up the mountain through Capricorn and get the waters on the top of the mountain, baby. And that's going to prepare us for the fight with General Tao and the Red Ribbon Army. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! Okay, that's Dragon Ball lore. That's the show before Dragon Ball Z. It's all good. Okay, I want to show you this, guys, because the sun is not only going to be opposite Neptune, now you're coming into a full awareness of the nature of your unconscious beliefs and how you can perfectly express them through your behavior. You are harvesting a behavioral pattern at this period relative to the conjunction of Sun Neptune in Pisces that we had in March. This is, of course, showing you how your dreams that you seeded are harvesting and being made real, that you're going to see Sagittarius season. So from this point here at the 21st of September, you are going to begin harvesting your dreams that you will see at the final level Sag, and then again next year. You need to be excited because it's already happening. You already see how this is happening, okay? The reason why people are afraid to talk about superpowers is because they don't believe in themselves. They believe that they are subject to a false authority and logical system based on inconclusive peer-reviewed research. And a lot of people are just bitches. So like if they're afraid that this person's going to call them crazy and this person's going to call them crazy, they're not going to speak up about it because they in their own minds believe that there are higher authorities that govern whether they can believe what they believe. I know that. I used to be like that unconsciously. I had to break up wake myself up when I realize we all have our own powers and we're supposed to self-govern ourselves so that we can, of course, come into unity, which takes time. It's a process, and we're seeing this process reconstruct itself. This process reconstructed itself around the 1700s with the French Revolution, the American Revolution, the Russian Revolution, and we're about to have a new set of revolutions in this bitch. So this is where you're unlocking your true social power by fighting against ad hominems. Like, you're going to get called a lot of names more than ever through people's actions, through what you pick up psychically, because Libra is the power of telepathy. So your telepathic channels are so much stronger because you're so much aligned with who you are. So you understand the context of how you're receiving certain vibrations. For a lot of you, telepathy is not audio thoughts. There could be vibes, clairsentience. And so you're going to respond to that and lay the smack down with just your authenticity. And that's what's going to prepare you for this eclipse in Libra, which is going to set the definition. Okay. Right. Really good question, man. Really good question. That's a rhetorical question right there. Like, you kind of basically have to remove that. But and this is where the Virgo to Scorpio cycle, like Matt is saying, is going to help you reveal the nature and people's behaviors for why they're projecting stuff on you. This is what Neptune is here to help us to do. It's here to reveal the illusions, but you can hide in them, but that's not going to last until 2025. Okay. Really, we've heard a lot of stupid shit. Let's just kind of be real. All the stupid shit we've heard from stupid motherfuckers who do not know their moon sign and astrologically illiterate buffoons who can't even tell you when their next Saturn return is. Did you notice the people who feel like, hey, you don't need to know astrology are people who don't know astrology? I've never heard anyone who was literate astrologically who told you don't need to know your moon sign. So all the stuff they've said about it, what has time told? They didn't know what they were fucking talking about. These buffoons, you astrologically illiterate buffoon. I'm not talking about if you're ignorant. Okay, I used to be ignorant. If you don't know about astrology and you're just learning about it, you're amazing. You're actually learning about it. We need more people like you. I'm not talking about people who are ignorant. I'm talking about these illiterate buffoons who feel like, I don't need to know my shit. That's fake anyway. NASA said that the signs have shifted. You're a buffoon. You're a victim. You're a victim. You're an illiterate buffoon. Okay. So, like, you're now seeing the consequence of the test of time where all the stuff you said has not added up. I don't need to argue with you. You snitching on yourself. You these people on the internet talking about, well, I've never had an actual natal chart reading. I've just had my horoscope. You're a victim. You're a victim. The buffoonery. You don't even know you just snitched on yourself. Now we get straight, Lady Ray. This is public and available. You'll be able to watch this whenever you want. You're a victim. You're not finna play. Now all the work. I haven't heard what he said about him, but please know Degrassi is a Libra and Dolo is an Aries, so they ops. So I need to see that. I need to see what he's saying, because Dolo been going in per usual. Dolo wants smoke like a fire sign. Okay, so he does Sunday smoke where he argues with Christians and science and atheists. It's amazing. But we need to start publicly calling people buffoons. This is how you're going to be doing it. And you're going to be able to back it up with your experience. We are now shifting social culture with the way we apply with our own actions. You don't even have to say anything. It's how you're going to be saying anything that hits. Cool. So we know that by the time we reach the end of Virgo season, you're taking the Kamehameha that you saw Master Roshi do, and you just fired it off, and now you've polished it. You're going to take this polished technique into the playoffs, baby. You are in the gym shooting, and now it's time to play the game, the regular season playoff game. We are no longer in the regular season. We are in the fucking playoffs, baby. This now brings us to the Libra season portion of Mars and Libra. Now, one thing to keep in mind, by this time, Venus is direct and Mercury is direct. Venus got her groove back. Buffoonry. This buffoonry. We do not accept this buffoonry. That is canon as fuck. Thank you, bro. Oh, God. Okay. So Venus has got her groove back. She's smacking people. Venus usually smacks motherfuckers in Aries. She's smacking motherfuckers again in Leo. And you don't want the lion to smack it. Venus is smacking people in Leo. Squaring the fucking Taurus. Anyone who don't respect her value, buffoonry, buffoon shakalaka, buffoon shamalama lama lama. She not playing. She want to get into Virgo where she can spend her money, and then go into Libra where she can look fly with everything she spent. She not playing with nobody. She not playing with nobody. Mercury is getting ready to go back into Libra. We moving forward on a personal level. We moving forward. Okay, so this is where coming into Libra season, you are now applying this awareness of perfect mastery. This is where a lot of your actions are going to reveal the very insecure nature of people's behavior when they realize that they're not able to manipulate or shift you the way that they want to, because your actions are aligned with integrity. And it's transforming the application of your integrity because of how you've harvested this practice and perfection. And so you will begin laying the smackdown through these playoffs, showing the work you've done. You are in a pivotal period where everything that's been said during like the course of what you represent societally, you're on a told you so tour. Mars and the sun in Libra kicks off the I told you so tour. We had a version of this last year, but this year with Jupiter and Taurus, the facts are showing themselves so much quicker. Last year, you were in the moment. This year, the evidence of what you were in the moment is coming through. Jen, we hear. Okay, the Virgo season portion of the Told You So tour is the openers. You have you're headlining this tour. You have your openers out there right now, warming up the crowd. You're still practicing, getting ready to go on stage. The Libra season portion of this is the tour is officially kicking off. The end of this tour is Sagittarius season. That's season 3, the breakthrough season. The annual 2023 I fucking told you so tour. And trust me, this year and next year are going to be the years that influence Saturn and Aries, where it's not an I told you so tour. It's now creating a new world. Okay. So everything that you have analyzed through Virgo, you are now presenting in Libra. That's where the rest of Virgo season, you're going to be facilitating post moon in Gemini receipts. Pay attention to the receipts that you express with your behavior, because these receipts you're going to present Libra season. And now the second decade of Uranus sub-ruled Libra. Okay. The opening act is Mars, the god of war. It looks like Venus and Mercury. Venus might be a late headliner, but Venus, Mercury, and Mars are the openings, but it's opening with the god of war. Last year it was Venus. If we actually look, the person who opened up last year was Venus and Mercury retrograde like a motherfucker. So basically Venus. Mars was retrograde in Gemini. Now it's leading the tour. You know why? War. Get ready for war. When Mars leads the tour, it's war, bitch. Like, we're not fucking playing. We're not fucking. Then Venus comes through and just polishes. Like, ooh, this is ravaged. I need to now reconstruct. Oh, Mars done made a mess here. And then Mars is going to catch up to Venus. So, okay. Birthing person. Yo, hold on. Please don't get mad at me. I think I was wrong, guys. I think I was wrong, because at first I was looking at the trans movement, and I think I was very closed off to trans women in general, and I realized that I was wrong about them. You feel me? Like, they're changing the game. At first I was like, stop, and then I saw that they're making miracles happen. It's like women have always been beyond logic. I don't know why men keep on, like, if you see the whole manosphere and like man women debate, men keep on approaching women logically. Women are beyond logic. They're psychic. They bring life into this world. They bleed once a month. So they're not trying to hear you mansplain, logic, logic, logic. They're beyond logic. They feel beyond, so we're here to ground them. But trans women changed the fucking game. And I was hating at first. I didn't understand. I was not familiar with their game. Trans women are the only women who've won an award for being women. They can compete in women's sports. And let me tell you something. Women have been going off on men for the past few years. They have not said shit about trans women. Trans women started to tell women, our pussy is better than yours. You got that original. We got that remix pussy. You got that original pussy. And women, they're the only woman to get women to shut up and not talk back. That's why I was like, let them cook. This is crazy. That's when I started to see I was not familiar with their game. Trans women are accomplishing shit men have never accomplished. They're hitting women at their own game. Women are beyond logic. Well, trans women are beyond the logic that even women are beyond. Women don't even know how to react. They've never heard someone with a remix pussy tell them that they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. I've never seen this before. And that's when I knew I was wrong about them. When they started messing with the kids, I was like, nah, don't do that. But then I saw what more they could do. Let them cook. Let them cook. Men, let them cook. Because what's going to happen is when this war between men and women break out, you're going to find trans women are the most unlikely ally you never knew you needed. You're going to be in the trenches with the trans women like, hey, I never knew we would come together like this. Because listen, they going, yes, we didn't know. We didn't know this whole time. Yes. Women everywhere are like, I know this motherfucker did not take that my original. But they was, yes, for the first time we got women speechless. This very, yes, it is what it is. So I'm just, it is what it is. It's re-strategizing everyone here. And, you know, it's going to be very interesting to see the divine feminine response because they're ready for war too. They're ready for war today. If you think ladies are going to let these people do this shit, nah. I want to shout out to the white trans men and women who paved the way for the Black and Hispanic trans women and men to go through. You guys made it culturally acceptable. That's what y'all are here for. Don't let people fault you for that's what you're here for. You do that. You did that in civil rights. You did that in rap. Okay, so this is interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there. But you'll see this shit hits a climax during Libra season. The pandemic, all this bullshit that's been shoved down our throats. Pause. You're going to see the counterattack go through. And I support the trans movement. I'm trans divine. We are the original trans people. Okay, don't let anyone try and cancel you. We are divine beings in a human form. We're gods in human bodies. Okay, we are trans divine. You don't know what it's like to be misgendered. My pronouns are Almighty and Your Majesty and Lord. Okay, I am him. My pronouns are also him. I am that nigga. That nigga is also my pronoun. But we are trans divine. Okay, and we're actually, this is the movement that we're moving forward with very powerfully. We cannot be canceled. Okay, we're infinite. We're infinity years. So if you think about what I'm saying, right? I just spent an entire hour talking about the math of Mars and Libra, right? And what I just did for you now is express what that looks like. Everything that I'm saying is going in opposition with the narrative, with Aries, people's individual responses, and your authenticity with the square to Pluto. You're speaking this authenticity socially. You're bringing this into conversations, and whether it triggers people or not, you're standing on your integrity. You have receipts. This is what's going to begin transforming the, of course, collective narrative. And people need this. This is such a true statement. Nobody gave a fuck about trans people until people realized that they can use them for their own agenda. Now you have LGBTQ wanting to divorce because you're taking a movement that gave people a voice to express their freedom, and now you're completely pimping it and you're making it look like what it's not. Now people are putting this image on people who do that, and it's not based on what it originally started. These are the things that are going to blow up in people's faces. And if you are not positioned appropriately, you will fall for the train of a series of false narratives just meant to distract and divide people. Okay. All right. So, with that being said, the Libra season portion of this is now adding polish to everything you've practiced through doing and doing and doing. The first decan of Venus applies this polish, and it's the second decan of Uranus that innovates what you're doing and implements this genius. So, do you think it's a coincidence that as we're getting ready to King Kunks Uranus, Mars is going through the second decan of Uranus? What is this going to lead to? After you come into innovation, this leads to effectively now subruled by Mercury, the processing power to now organizing your brain, everything you are crystallizing in your style. So Venus is creating the style, Uranus is innovating it, and then Mercury is communicating that with full-on precision. And that's where this King Kunks with Uranus is very important. So basically, from the 21st of September to October 1st, okay, this is going to be where, one, we have the full moon eclipse that breaks you in. This is where you start playing the preliminary rounds for the Super Smash Bros. Competition or the playoffs, right? By the time we come into, of course, the new moon in Libra South Node eclipse, we know exactly what teams are set for the playoffs. So it's this 2-week process, right? But personally, of course, Mars going from 15 degrees to 22 degrees is integrating the evolution and then strengthening that evolved quality and awakening the supernatural application of this. Okay. Mars trining this in Virgo just fully expressed how you do it. Mars in Libra is you actually doing it. So you're going to start to see increased effect and quality of enhanced energy in the behavior of how you apply it. You don't need as much sleep. You don't need to eat as much. Any one of you who are fasting during this period are going to come into more accelerated results of fasting than periods of fasting that you've done before, because you're stacking it through this breakthrough of integration. So very important, especially once we hit here. Mars, of course, is going to now begin to square Pluto as it crosses the threshold of the South Node. By the time we come into this South Nodal point where the moon in Gemini is helping us understand our true balance and changing the Neptunian understanding of the metaphysical's influence on your social expression of you playing this game, you're taking everything you've trained to believe and you're applying it. This South Nodal activation is unlocking your true social power. This is where now in that playoff game, you become in the zone and you break through. You begin to break through. Thank you, Isaiah. A lot of this is subtle and gradual. It's not like you'll wake up in the morning and then suddenly you have these superpowers. Unless you're a Pisces, we see you be. Pisces, you cannot hide. We know you got it like that. Aquarius, we know you got it like that. Capricorn, you trying to play it slick. Sagittarius, we see you. At least you're not trying to hide it. Yes, you're trying to hide a huge portion of it, but at least you're not trying to hide it, Sag. And like, we still beefing, but like, I see you. I see you. Capricorn, you think you're slick. Aquarius, you spinning the block and you winning in infinity just because you can. You're not, we see you. We see you, Aquarius. Pisces, really? Pisces, you're really the type of person to go into school and you're learning. Hey, did you do the homework last night? Yeah, I did. Do you go here? Yeah, I do. Whole time. You're too old to be in high school. You just came down here to learn. Why are you here? You're the ascended master. You're guiding us. Why are you trying to learn aren't you supposed to be teaching us? What are you doing? I swear, y'all are trolls. Let me see if I can get away with just being in this. What are you doing? Nigga, I was so mad when I learned this. I didn't know this before. I didn't know I was being trolled. I had to learn this. I was like, you super magic. Oh. Yes. I was researching Israel Adesanya. I watched a documentary. Do you know he has moon in Pisces, sun in Cancer, Mars, Venus, and Mercury in Leo on the South Node, born in 89. So this dude has super strength. If you have Mars in Leo to Scorpio, you have super strength. He has super strength. And in that documentary, he's talking about, oh yeah, at some point, I just unlocked God mode. It's like I hacked the game and I unlocked God mode. Every moon in Pisces can do that. What does that look like? He's hitting the Reaper Death Seal and he's knocking people out in the first round. That's kind of cheating. I don't care if I'm a UFC fighter. If you have super strength and I see you do the Reaper Death Seal, I'm quitting. This is how Pisces is invisible. Listen, this is the realest shit I'm ever going to say. You're taking what I'm saying as a joke. They call him the style bender. He does this anime shit. You think it's imagination, right? So like technically, if you are having a UFC match against a super water sign, he's an ascended master, 9th house signature. Jim Jones is a signature too. If you're having a UFC fight versus someone who is psychic, Mike Tyson, John Jones, Conor McGregor, Israel Adesanya, they're all cancers. That's because they're psychic. Is it fair to fight a psychic while you're doing the pre-conference shit and you're talking about, I'm going to beat this person? They're psychically reading your energy like, I'm about to beat this nigga in the second round. This motherfucker, they already know you. Now you're fighting someone who's psychic, has super strength, and they're hitting you with ninjutsu. I came to do UFC. You're not hitting me with fucking ninja moves. Francis has Mars in Capricorn. The hardest, most powerful punch in the UFC, I think, belongs to Francis Ngannou. And when I saw that, I was like, his Mars is in Aries or Capricorn. I found out it's in Capricorn. Let me just look that up real quick. I do this, guys. I fucking do this, guys. It's no joke. I do my research. Does he have the most? Yep. Francis. Yep. Watch this, guys. See how it says Francis? So when I saw this, I was like, okay, he has to have Mars in Capricorn, exaltation, or Aries. And so check this out. Mars in Capricorn, baby. That's just science. This is the Mars experiment that scientists tried to replicate to debunk astrology, and they got it wrong. Because years ago, astrologers were like, yo, if you compile athletes' Mars, they're all pronounced. They have high-level Mars. And then the French scientists were like, this is bullshit. Astrology is bullshit. They replicated the science. It's true. This is a science. The most powerful punch in the UFC is recorded by someone who has Mars in its exaltation in Capricorn, Sun in Virgo, Moon in Virgo. He's a master. New Moon Virgo. He's the master of UFC, like Kobe Virgo, master of basketball. This is all archetypal. This is all archetypal. But like, come on. This is why Pisces can get away with what they're doing. When Pisces, when he does his ninjutsu and uses his imagination, it's invisible to you. You think he's just doing an anime, one punch knockout. This is the magic of Pisces. It's invisible. It's imagination. It's that subtle to where I could be telling you this right now and you're still not going to take it serious because it's like, what? But it's just his imagination. I know. That's Pisces. Oh my God. Okay. So Cancer is exalted in Jupiter. Okay. Floyd Mayweather has Zeus on his moon in Taurus. So like he has an inner god. That's why he's very defensive. And he's a legend, Pisces. He has such perception. He has lightning jabs, Mars, Mercury, Aquarius. So he already knows what you're going to do at an unconscious level. It's cheating. It's cheating. No offense. That's no offense to Floyd Mayweather. He's a legend. He's a legend. But like, are you serious? Like, how are you gonna lose? Like, you're like, does that make sense? Am I hating? It's not like Roy Jones Jr., who has the manifestation. I don't know. But yeah, people really doubt the power of imagination. This is why, yes, the Taurus makes people slow as fuck, but they're rich as fuck. See, Taurus makes you slow, but it makes you rich. That's the thing. And it's not that they're slow, so he don't care. The people really doubt. He might not know how to read or write, but he knows the zodiac sign. I'll say that. So this is why Jesus said, "Oh, ye of little faith," because your faith is like a mustard seed. People think imagination isn't real. It's I used to doubt myself. I started to stop sleeping on myself. So like, if we actually now take into account the rest of this, right? By the time you unlock this and you start to transform Neptune in Pisces, this is so very important. The moon is squaring Neptune. Mars is king-kunking Neptune. This is going to complete the disillusionment process. So the Saturn king-kunks begins the disillusionment process. And then the Neptune breaks you out of that illusion, where people are going to try and reinforce, well, they're going to say, listen, this is what it's going to be like. Oh, this is not a lab leak. You're a conspiracy theorist if this is a lab leak. Okay, well, it might be a lab leak, but it doesn't mean it is. Okay, well, it turns out it actually is a lab leak, but that doesn't mean it was leaked. Did you see how like progressively on this factual statement, they backtracked? They made you think you're a conspiracy theorist if you said that COVID came from a lab, only to reluctantly admit COVID came from a lab. This is the disillusionment process that you're going to be experiencing over the next couple of weeks. There's no argument. The debate is through your actions. These people are going to be reluctantly admitting it. So you don't have to waste your time going back and forth. Keep moving forward. By the time you break through the Neptune gate, it's going to prepare you for the Pluto gate. This is going to prepare you for the next boss battle with the Sun square Pluto. So you are finishing by ripping through the veil and seeing, coming in through the 9th house of Pisces or Scorpio to Pisces, okay, how much more you now apply this disillusionment now that there's no more doubt. By the time you come in the South Node, the gaslighting is not going to work. Okay, it's about to get kicked up a notch, but less people are going to fall for it. And if you see that more people fall for it, it's an illusion. It's skewed statistics. There is more of a silent majority than there's ever been. The revolution will not be televised, so you're not going to see it on internet or TV. It's all around you, though. You are it. Okay. They can hit us with the mosquitoes, but this is where you have the ability to produce life force energy through your imagination. And it's this square to Pluto that's going to put you into, of course, situations that will break you through this initial fear of producing your authenticity in person. So the Aries square was your individual personal authenticity breaking through with courage. The Cancer opposition was maintaining that sincerity to break through into courage. And now the Libra square is the post integration where you're breaking through publicly. And so, listen, this is very important. Like, you're going to be hitting people who are threatened by what you're doing. You're putting other people at risk. I'm a medical professional and I've studied medicine for years. And what you're doing is not it's not logical. And all you have to do is be like, ma'am, I come from a different dimension. I have the ability to heal myself with my imagination. Years worth of peer-reviewed medicine has not caught up to that. I'm not going to wait for you to get it. You don't have to now prove that to them. Move forward. Move forward. Your energy speaks in ways that you are not always conscious of. That's it. Instead of admitting that we were right, they are now starting to tell us to move on from that old story. This is just like a manipulative, narcissistic, gaslighting ex-partner that is terrified of the fact that their manipulation isn't working on you. So all they're doing is just creating a stopgap measure that the ticking time bomb of Mars and the Sun through Sagittarius is going to break through Scorpio. So by the time we come into, of course, the square with Pluto, we've reached the end of the transit. We're getting ready for another new moon. And that new moon is not only going to bring with us the eclipse, but it's going to bring Mars in Scorpio. And Mars in Scorpio is going to break us into the light and dark side of the Force. Okay. Yep. They can try and hit you with mosquitoes, but we channel in divine entities now. And you want to really bask in the vagueness. You don't want to reinforce the social expectation that you have to dumb it down to their logic. Be as delusional as you want with it. Your actions are backing up what you're doing. And this is a new phenomenon. This is why this is a disillusionment process. This is the first Virgo Libra season we're having with Saturn and Neptune. So like you're experiencing things post Sun Jupiter evolution. Whew, it's going to really take you there. Zeus means different things for everybody. So it's really just, it depends on where it is and how it places. You can embody it. It could be a partner of yours. It's going to represent that archetype. But yeah. Okay. So guys, you know, I am eternally grateful as always for your support. I have been screaming superpowers, 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 superpowers for so long. And finally, we're reaching that period where you're experiencing this. Of course, the opposition to Pisces, Aries, and Taurus is to reinforce your challenge of authenticity against 180-degree position, doubt. The Virgo opposition with Pisces is delusion, doubt. And the Pisces opposition to Virgo from the Virgo end is hypercritical analysis. Both sides are getting it. Okay. So this is where you personally are breaking through that doubt by just moving forward in action. You are breaking through an old understanding of yourself by actively healing yourself from things that you're told you need this to heal it and you don't. This is all based on belief. And because you are now innovating conventional standards and systems, it's going to make you a target and enemy for people who want to maintain that status quo. Align with your integrity. Do not stop for anybody. Do not stop for anybody. Do not get caught up in logic traps where you feel like you have to explain it in a way that makes sense for you. That's an illusion. It's a persuasion game. A lot of people hit you with rhetoric and very intelligent sounding words with false ethos. It doesn't matter what university and stuff people have studied. There's not a study of you. It doesn't matter how much psychology people claim to know. You represent you. Okay. People can bank on what they know to the point where they're trying to apply that to manipulate you. Stand your ground. And you're going to do that, like you're continuing to do that very amazingly. This is breakthrough because we're going to transform society through this process. And these kids already know what the fuck is up. Okay. Let's get it. By the time we have the Scorpio squares to Saturn, you're going to see the wisdom in everything that we've integrated. And it's going to be saucy. All right. First, we present the facts through Libra. That's the first stage of the I Told You So tour. The second stage of the I Told You So tour is Scorpio. Okay. So basically, here's what this is going to feel like. Okay. You ever argue with somebody and they're all like, no, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. And then you don't argue with them. You just pull it up on Google and you're like, you mean this? You said that this picture doesn't exist. You mean this picture? That's the Libra stage. You're shutting them the fuck up. That's why they're going to be so mad. Well, they still don't want to accept it, but it's like you're just showing them. Now they're not mad at you. They're mad at Google. They're mad at the truth. So all you have to do is just keep the receipts and present them through Libra. It's going to look like they're mad at you. They're not mad at you. They're mad at the truth. And you're catching strays. So you just need to move forward. You know, receipt. And so stage 2 in Scorpio season is the next part of the I Told You So. This is where you add sauce. This is where you add sauce. You get super saucy. This is where you start to go, hey, I thought you said this didn't exist. Didn't you say this didn't exist? Wait, weren't you trying to get at me before? See, now you've balanced it. Libra, you've proved without a doubt you got the receipts. You have to do that stage. A lot of people just skip into stage 2. We need to do stage 1. Stage 2 is the Scorpio sauce. You know, remember when you told me that I was wrong? I'm right, but I told you so. I told you. Embarrassing combination. I told you so. Yes, we're back. And Scorpios know exactly what I'm talking about. Scorpios are the masters of revenge. So like they were prepared for this their whole lives. You know, this is Scorpio just finished the South Node. They about to show out. And then after you put on the sauce, then you get wild. You become the third stage Sagittarius. You throw a party. Yeah, I just want to thank my haters over there for saying that this isn't true. Bitch, I told you so. And that's what, yeah. So we're gonna take it step by step. We're gonna take it step by step. Okay. You're going to take it step by step. And you're getting ready to present your receipts. As of now, okay, the sun is still in Virgo. So this Mercury conjunction is where everything before this Sun Mercury conjunction in retrograde, you are gathering all your receipts. And now at this crucial moment, you've put the puzzle piece together. You've put the puzzle. Doesn't it feel like that? You've put the puzzle piece together. You're looking at all your receipts and it's like, oh my God. When I got this receipt before, I didn't know it would tie in with this receipt. And now everything moving forward from today and tomorrow is you getting ready to present your receipts. You see that meme with the podium when you're about to present the receipts? That's finna be you. That's finna be you. Mercury retrograde is saying, I know you think you got to figure it out now. There's still more receipts. Like we're going to come into the last minute receipts. You ever get a last minute receipt you weren't even expecting to get, but it's just what you needed. Someone just told you the last puzzle piece you needed. Let's go. And happy birthday, Queen Dom. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, receipt queen. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Had to give you that special song. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You can pretend I was Drake and it was Drake singing this to you. It's all good. That's the Well, I feel Drake laughing right now. That's crazy. Now he's shaking his head like it's not that funny, Peace Dealer. That's crazy. Okay. Oh shit. Happy birthday. Okay. Why you built like? Oh, that's crazy. Okay. So, all right. So, guys, so you're getting ready to present for the rest of Virgo season. Now you put it together. Now you know you're getting ready the order of what you're going to present the receipts. Libra season, you're going to present the receipts. Go through the eclipse, establish the completion. Go into Scorpio season, add mad sauce. Like, I guess you were wrong. I guess you were wrong about this too. I guess I was right about this too. Guys, just get ready. Get ready to cook. Get ready to cook. For those of you who put the work in, you have every reason to be excited. That's all I'm really going to say. And now, for those of you who would like a 15-minute report, hold me down, guys, for this snapshot reading, you can get the Mars in Libra snapshot transit report. Okay. Christian Dixie, I got your order. So there were 10 discount codes available. Christian Dixie got the first order. There are 9 left. There are 14 seats left, but there are 9 left at half off. You can get it for $50 if you use the word Mars. If you use the half off code Mars, you will get it. The first 9 people to order will get it half off. I will give you my superstar interpretation on how this applies to you. You know I got you. I highly recommend you get this. I only do 15 at a time. Okay. That being said, also, for those of you who would like a live reading, if you want me to look into what this Mars in Libra is, of course, click the description box below. The minimum is $20 and $40. Now, I see a Freudian slip there. Tarot is here. So if you also want a tarot card, the minimum for tarot is 20. Okay. So I'm going to stay here for a while for those of you who are interested for a live reading. If not, it's not necessary because you're unlocking your true social power. You're getting ready to fully apply the situational and social context of the mastery of newly improved and implemented behavioral patterns that are not only going to change your life, they're going to affect and influence how you approach every single relationship with these behaviors to prepare you to move down a South Nodal Libra portal that will prepare you for outright war in 6 months or less. And this should not scare you. It should excite you because you are the revolutionary. The first go around is not going to bring the war to your face, but you're going to start to see this happen by 2024. Reactive. Okay. So take this seriously. Have fun with this. You guys are the best part of what I do. It's Infinity Gang all day, every day. And please, we can even set an intention. I set the intention for us to leave this transit talk renewed and ready to kick ass. Okay. The most important thing that I want to give you an idea of is you are socially contextualizing the supernatural quality of your abilities and the natural nature of your own body itself. That's why this is going to be weird, because you are uplifting yourself out of mechanics that society around you told you weren't true. Now you're doing it, and now you're transforming the narrative around it. And a lot of people are not going to be happy, and you're going to smack them in the face with your energy dick. Congratulations. Michelle, this is beautiful because knowing that you are, for all intents and purposes, the divine super Virgo. I love your chart. I make fun of Pisces all the time, but I have nothing but respect for Pisces moon. This is so very important. So you are the completion of Virgo, and this is very important. I really respect those of you with Neptune, Scorpio in the 60s, 70s generation, because I think you guys, most of all, are going to create some of the biggest impact. Like those of you with Pluto, Virgo, Pluto, Libra, you guys are going to make some of the biggest impact with this generational shift. And this is where someone like you with Uranus and Pluto right near your sun, you're going to have this surgical level of precision and analysis to account for every detail real time. years before people understand what's happening. So imagine being someone like Shelley Bombshell, who is able to, through analysis, not even through psychic ability, already know how the trends of society are going to lead. And she's right every time. So now this Mars in Libra is going to very seriously apply the contextual basis of how you present this socially to other people. Not only that, because this is second house from your Virgo sun, this is going to actively integrate how you break through manifesting money through the partnerships you build. It's just with the South Node, especially, you've already built this value, you've already completed important Saturn returns. So, this is going to now be you monetizing through this. Son Goku, we got Vegeta in the building. Oh, snap, we got Vegeta and Goku. So, this is you monetizing everything you've already worked since 2022 to establish in the actions you take towards other people to really balance these partnerships. And because this is a second, even though it might be in your fourth house or fifth house, second house to your Virgo sun is breaking through old comfort zones of how you claim your confidence and the social value that at will you can just bridge and balance people to invest in who you have to personally trust, okay, and gain this trust from. And what I think is also dope is you have Neptune in Scorpio too. So this Uranus and the Taurus that's opposite that, and this is the coolest thing. Like for those of you with Neptune and Scorpio, those of you who have Neptune and Scorpio, Uranus and Jupiter are strengthening your intuition like never before. I've seen Sun, Scorpio, Neptune perform. He's the mentalist in Vegas. This dude is doing psychic abilities. I saw this dude do Russian roulette blindfolded. And like, it's not a trick. He has the 12th house Libra. So he makes it look like it's a magic trick. It's all psychic ability. Scorpios are out here showing you he's from that 60s generation. So now all of y'all, and my mom has Neptune Scorpio. My mom would have dreams of stuff we didn't tell her happened. She would literally call me like, I had a dream you were doing this. And it's like relevant. So it's not far off to say that it induces this level of gaining wisdom intuitively through imagination and dreams. That generation now has Mars fully trine. Neptune is fully trine, or Neptune in Scorpio. So you're going to find, Michelle, that the Taurus opposition is strengthening with practical quality and crystallizing near how much more naturally you can just pick up on it. And as a Virgo, you immediately know how to say it. And your moon is in Pisces. So you're already tapped into what it is. Oh my gosh. So beautiful. So beautiful. And I'm glad you said Neptune Sag. Neptune Sag is coming into the square. So, and a lot of people don't understand this about Neptune Sages. A lot of Neptune Sages are feeling like they're going delusional, but because it's squaring the Neptune, it's hidden. They're not going to show you this. Neptune Sages have to accept that the world that you've been seeing is an illusion and the real world is collapsing through your vision. You're having visual hallucinations. They're not hallucinations. You're seeing the dream world beyond this one. And if they medicate, Neptune Sag gets medicated a lot because you're told that your visions are delusions. No, it's clairvoyance. So now the square is unfolding around itself and you're seeing beyond. And it's not until Neptune goes in Aries, you'll know what direction to take it in. So it's a lot of surrender. And you're having to constantly reshift how comfortable you are with your intuition. So yeah, it's very, very key. It's very, very key. It's like the ancient one pushing you through astral projection and you're just rolling through space. But what if that was your everyday life? That's Neptune Sag. So you just brace it. You guys are doing a great job. Saturn is squaring it now. It's starting to stabilize it. Y'all gonna be good. Y'all gonna be good. This is like the last one. And then of course, if you're Neptune Cap, Neptune Aqua, Neptune Pisces, you're a freak. You're a freak. You're a freak. You're a freak. I'm sorry you've been lied to. If you have Neptune, especially if you're born after 95 and you have Neptune at the end of Capricorn and it's in 2000s, you're a freak. I don't know if your parents told you, you're my baby, you're a human, you're not a human being. You're a freak. You're a freak. You're a freak. You're a weirdo. You don't have normal, nothing is normal about you. I'm sorry you were lied to. I'm sorry you were lied to. You motherfuckers can just know things. You're not even supposed to know. At least with the older generations, their intuition helps them psychoanalyze. So they're still doing analysis. You freaks just know. You're a fucking freak. You're not a stop. Stop trying to act like you're normal. You're not fucking normal. You're not fucking normal. You're not fucking normal. You're part of the new world. You're a fucking freak. That's it. That's it. All you kids born after 2010, 2020, you're an alien freak. You're probably an apocalypse, baby. You're probably an apocalypse, baby. So it is what it is. I hate to break it to you, but like, just accept it. Just accept it. Thank you. Saturn's going to mow through your shit, and you're going to know the responsibility that comes with having the power you have. It is what it is. All right. All right. Let's move on. We have the main character. Okay. Leo born. Somebody said in the video, see, what people need to understand is that life is not a movie, and you can't necessarily just act like you're going to make movie moves. And I agreed with this brother. The only thing I wanted to say is that's only true unless you're a Leo. If you're a Leo or a Libra, your whole life is a movie. And see, people keep thinking that everyone's a Leo or a Libra. Not all of us are made. Not all of our lives are a movie. Some of them are sitcoms. Some of them are open adventures. Like you have to have sympathy. Okay. And so I'm glad we have this main character here. Lisa, thank you very much. Your life is definitely a movie. Oh my God, your life is definitely a movie. Sun, North Node, Leo, and a Gemini rising? Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Be careful about these North Node Leos with the sun on Leo. They come from the ancient future. So that's a main character that has narration, squad. And she a Gemini rising angel. So like she'll go through the scene and now there's narration. Lisa came into the store and little did she know she was about to smack a bitch. Meanwhile, she has the Gemini rising. So she's thinking, am I about to smack a bitch? And sure enough, yeah, she's yes. So Lisa, we need to honor this because Venus was retrograding all over the nodes. So you are by destiny reevaluating the approach of how much swag you put into your voice. This is why I love third house Leo. You are destined to be a sun breather. Third house Leo is the attitude of putting passion into what you speak. You're adding courage from the value of your sincerity. So the Venus retrograde is putting you as a very important main character. You're destined. North Node third house means that you're destined to speak up about social issues or social drama in Leo that has to be spoken up about. That's why God blessed you with his glory. You are the incarnate, true embodiment expressed through the dignity of light. Whether you hate Leo or not, you have to respect it. So you're destined to understand the sociological nature and knowledge of what you teach. You came into this lifetime with advanced knowledge from the ancient future. Of course, you're an angel. You're perfect courage. You know what I'm saying? A master performer. And so you're destined to use your skills to, of course, speak up about what's happening. You've been doing that flawlessly. So this is where this Mars and Libra transit is going to really step into more of how creatively you present everything you've mastered. Okay. And this is also how with the Venus retrograde, she's an Aries. She's an Aries. Just let her be an Aries. She's being an Aries. Don't get distracted by the Aries. Okay. Okay. So with that being said, this is putting you in a position, Lisa. The major position here is Venus that's going direct on your node and sun. So this is going to really just reevaluate how much more courage and passion you put into what you say. And because we know that Mars is going to be returning over your Pluto, this is reawakening with this return and the eclipse, the full-on unlocking of your social talents to be a part of a group you're going to make. So this is like becoming part of a basketball team that you are the leader of that team. And this is going to be very, 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 very powerful. And I would really love your feedback on what you think about this reading, because your chart, once again, is just so amazing. You got Neptune 20 degrees trine your sun. So like your clairvoyance is on point. Like you can see other people truly. And I feel like by the time Saturn opposes Pisces, which you have in Virgo, you're completing the Saturn return you started 2008. So a lot of these completions are preparing you for what, Lisa? You know what? Jupiter and Gemini. Jupiter and Gemini is going to go through your first house. It's chapter 1 again. So you're producing a lot of value behind the scenes. This is very important too, because if you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like things are releasing, it's supposed to be that way. You're getting prepared for Jupiter and Gemini that's going to push you forward. So just congratulations in advance. What you may not see now is going to push through. Meredith, if you click the description box below, you will see how to join for a live reading. Lightworker Enterprises. This is beautiful because we know that you have the Pisces rising. So Libra is not only your 8th house. What we want to focus on a lot more is the Mercury retrograde through your 7th. A lot of what Libra season and Mars and Libra is going to do is cut super boundaries, because a lot of what's going to be reevaluated is who authentically values what you bring to the table, your authentic original value. I can use what you do as an example. Like you're going to be able to quickly just test, okay, if I cook a meal, who's really going to respect that meal, right? And you're just going to be making mental notes. All right, I don't mess with this person, I don't mess with this person, because the South Node is unlocking the trust and support in your 8th house you can get for those people in society who invest in what you're manifesting. And now the Virgo retrograde going direct, now that it's at the sun, is crystallizing the receipts you represent on how other people behave towards you. And this is where, with the Pisces rising and Neptune and Saturn on your rising, you're embodying this very otherworldly integrity that enables you to match an entire collective of people per person in society, which is an amazing, magnificent attainment. And thankfully, Venus is retrograding on your moon. So the way that you feel more courage into coming from how, passionate you feel is going to be amazing. Nancy, this is in every way a lot of your turning point. And I think you're going to really come into a lot of great news when it comes to romance. Mars and Libra is going to prepare for Venus to go through your 7th. And as you are clearing the way for trust issues, Venus is going to polish up so much romantic opportunities that you can use the law of assumption to just attract towards you or manifest or activate and initiate. So this is where everything you've kind of set into place since March is getting ready to completely break through. You're going up the roller coaster, and that's going to be a huge, crucial part of this. It's going to now, 2nd house from your Virgo sun, give you the initiative to very actively manifest money. And not only manifest money and value based on the boundaries you draw, which are raising your prices and your attitude around your prices and how you teach what you know as well. All right, Carrie, I see you got the snapshot transit report. Thank you very much. I noticed for some of you, it didn't schedule the time and date. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to manually schedule that. I'll probably work on it tomorrow, actually. Ay. So yeah. Damn. What? What are you doing? What is this? No. Thank you. All right, Carrie, thank you very much. Janarian, thank you very much. I got your order. Okay. So we have three, we have 7 more spots available. Janarian, Christian, and Kelly, it did not schedule you, so I will manually schedule this report. I'll probably work on it tomorrow, and I got you. Oh, EDP 445 getting caught again by a because he's a Sagittarius, and he got called out by another Sagittarius. Okay. Um, and him getting caught again is just justice. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of hilarious hearing Penguins talk to Gideon and say, is it a decoy or a real one? And Gideon says, no, dude, it's a real legit 15-year-old girl. So we'll see if he gets prosecuted. But like that's just really crazy. Super crazy. Okay, Meredith and Valton, I got you, B. So Meredith, I got you on a card. Blue skies. Thank you. It wasn't violence. Gideon pulled up in a cupcake costume and just trolled him. But I was there for that too. I was there for that too. Oh, all right. So Meredith, we do have the 6 of Cups, Sun in Scorpio. This Mars in Libra transit is most definitely preparing you for Sun in Scorpio, where you're going to apply more purity. This is going to really increase your comfort, and it's the soulmate card. So this is a soulmate alert, and we do have Strength, Leo. So this is going to show you, of course, as you unlock your true social power, how much stronger you are, how much passionate you are towards the innocence and purity you approach your relationships with, and also you manifesting this power in the form of super strength, especially if you have Mars and Leo to Scorpio. But if you don't, it's cool. Strength is going to be the main card of strength. The underlying theme is the soulmate. So this, of course, is the card with the infinity on top of her head. And I think that's a very important major arcana theme to get, because it's going to say that you're increasing in your passion, you're increasing in the strength that's going to push you farther and to really follow your passions, because it's also going to influence the quality of this. Meredith, thank you. I just get so the tarot card reading was for you. I just shared the tarot card insight. We got the of course the 6 of Cups and the Strength card for you. Okay. So next we have Valton. Just curious. Yes, I'm so glad we got the Strength card. It's to me an aspect of the divine feminine if you look at the original deck. So it's like I feel like you're going to be, really helping people rev up their passion and hope, because you'll definitely have energy for days. So Valton, we do have the Page of Cups. I love how we had the 6 of Cups before. The Page of Cups are new feelings, new emotions, new intuitive abilities that help you tap into new feelings that produce these abilities. So it's like, imagine if you had a new ability and there's a new feeling, it feels a new way to do that you're memorizing, muscle memory. And we do have the 3 of Swords. So the 3 of Swords is important because it's talking about this sense of betrayal. Imagine being gaslighted your whole life, and now you want to genuinely open your heart, but like you have this 12th house Saturn Gemini that can really just, even though this is like Saturn Libra, you have this like very chaotic energy that brings all the times you've been subconsciously wounded. What I'm picking up with the 3 of Swords is like your subconscious might be inadvertently rejecting other people so that they don't reject you, because consciously you may be aware of these patterns, but the Page of Cups is the heart that's getting ready to reestablish itself. So this is you applying discernment to really overcome betrayal, but it's also you being in a position to examine where you might have allowed other people to, continue taking advantage of you. And now you're putting an end to that. And now this represents a sacrifice. And that's a lot of what you've been telling me, bro. And that's why I feel like the page of cups is very important, because this is going to help you open your heart in a new way that's devoid of all those dynamics. Okay. So next we have Amber. Thank you so much for sending your chart, by the way. That helps loads. All right. Sun in Taurus, Moon in Sagittarius. I'm sensing a lot of jealousy, guys. Like, expect people to be jealous, because people went their near whole lives trying to invalidate your existence, only for them to be proved wrong again. So just, get through that shade, and then you can rub it in. So Sag, Moon, Taurus, Sun, you are the ascended producer. Okay, God level soul. You're a God level shaman, goddess level shaman. All right, I have 29-degree Mercury. You got 28-degree Mercury. We masterminds. Okay, and you got the angel heart with Venus, Gemini, but you have Mars in Aquarius. So you operate in celestial ways that speak of the advanced genius of your actions. Oh my God, you have Jupiter on your sun exactly at 13 degrees? You're joking. Jupiter is like right next to your sun. Who are these people ordering reading? You have 13-degree exact You're a total goddess. This is crazy. So, and then you got, Goat Squad, Saturn, Uranus, Cap. So Saturn, that's sextiling our Saturn, by the way, because you are part of the first part. I'm born 1990. So we have Saturn at the end of Cap. You have it at the beginning. So you're starting to come into the blossom. Goat Squad is coming into their power. Like all the people who were born in the 80s, like Drake, J. Cole, all those kind of like people there are starting to retire. They're starting to come into the 90s kids are coming up, the late 80s, early to mid 90s. So this is where the Saturn, sextile is starting to blossom the supernatural abilities that you returned 2020. It is as controversial as it sounds because of Uranus and Neptune. This is where we're busting the system. Case in point, people told me I couldn't make a living doing this. Oops, I did it again. This is how we're busting the system. So you're blossoming this full power control for the first time as a Taurus sun and Jupiter, which is so very important. Let me see. Just off the strength that this is very heavily putting you in a position to step into this new evolution with Jupiter returning in your chart. And with this Jupiter return, it's reinitiating the strengthened quality of all your abilities and skills. But I have to reemphasize, because Saturn is sextiling our Saturn in Cap, you're complete. This is you now manifesting the full Saturn Aquarian knowledge of these powers by a full-on experience. It's blossomed and you're ready. As you having Jupiter on the sun is on a whole nother level, because Uranus is about to hit your Mercury. And the thing here is this Libra season is going to integrate the social behavioral element of how masterfully you polish. Remember, you're the natural queen, ascended queen. You have ascended queendom. And so representing this ascended queendom puts you in this position to realistically, as a North Node in Pisces at that, own up to how you are getting ready to balance your lifestyle and behavior with these actions of integrity you're doing. The South Node in your sixth house to your Taurus is also what is heavily influencing the nature and quality of how specifically you integrate this quality. Okay, your chart is magnificent. Your chart is so magnificent. And now that you have facilitated this Jupiter return, everything's clicking in gear for you. I want you to think that everything up until this point in your life was just preparing you to be at full power. Now you're at full power, ready to take on the world. You are the ascended natural queen. And the king of the gods is on your sun. This is like Lizzo. This is like Kanye. Everything y'all do has a Midas touch. Like, it keeps on expanding. So just enjoy that, because now you can do this at will. The chart reading is $30 minimum. Or if you would like an actual reading, Marguerite, thank you. I just got your order. All right. And so, oh, that's why it's not. Do I have to actually put in sesame? I just got your order. So I now have 6 slots available at the half off, or available rather. I'm going to now add this service here so you guys will be able to schedule, but I'm going to schedule you guys um for the rest of this week. There we go. That's why. Boom. All right. Now you'll be able to schedule it. I'm going to schedule you guys for Thursday. All right. You'll get an email notification of the time that I'm going to work on it. I'll just put a Google invite. But all right, it looks like that's everybody. There we go. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Back again, Luda. I'm sorry. Okay. Do, 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 do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to dip out of here. Oh, okay, Mar, I got you. I got you. Appreciate you. I got you right now. Pazia, I got your Cash App. 3482. All right. So I see Pisces Sun and Cancer Moon. So with the rising in Leo, Venus that's retrograding. Pasia, I'm assuming you got the Leo rising and the Pisces Sun. So with the Leo rising, Venus that's retrograding over your rising is reevaluating the way you express your lion will and courage and your swag. I'm just be honest, your swag. It's reinvigorating the passion with which you present your beauty. And this is where the Libra energy, third house to you, is going to be polishing your attitude of expression and how socially you express the mastery of your value. This is where you being a Leo rising is very important, because Virgo and this Virgo season is manifesting this change of behavior that adds to your self-esteem, reevaluates with the Mercury retrograde. Facts. You're pulling receipts that you're more valuable, and yesterday's price is not today's price. So this is where, as a Pisces sun, Virgo is opposite you. So you manifesting your value, you're aware of with other people you're in relationships with, showing you this is what you're worth. This is what you're worth. And you're aligning with evaluations that align with how much you're really worth. And you're drawing boundaries through the Libra season with people who take actions that don't reflect what you're worth. Okay. Especially with the Venus retrograde, that's going to take elements of how you're integrating this reevaluation of your personality and beauty and appearance as a Pisces sun, and how you behave around your personality, which is going to influence so much greater by the time Venus goes into Virgo and starts adding to your money, how you polish this in relationships. So this will give you great opportunity to manifest even romance or enhancing romance in your relationships based on how you are, of course, directing your will with Mars going through your third, transforming your attitude about the boundaries you place with others and who you can really trust with the value you have. You know, who's going to try and like get discounts from you versus who really respects, as an ascended master and divine being and solar queen main character, what you're bringing to the table as a social personality. Okay. So Marlon, let's get it. Okay. I'm assuming this is Niquay Johnson. Okay. Marlon. We have Aries rising. Let's get it. Sun in Capricorn. So we see you're the ascended goat with the Hades soul. So I need to give you an alien construct article because you're a fucking problem. It's not enough that you're a goat. You have to be the one too. Aries rising. So you're exalted in the 10th. And then you got Moon, Pluto, 9th house, Sag. Like you're a problem. You're a menace. You're a menace. You're just out here killing shit. You're just out here being great. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. So like, come on, be like, that's what I'm saying. No, he has Pluto. He has Pluto on his moon in Sag, 10th house, Sun in Cap. You're a menace. You're the Aries, or you're a warrior. You're just out here defining your character, and people are pissed off. You got Pluto transiting your Sun, Chiron on your rising. You're rubbing people off the wrong ways, and we love you for it. Keep it up. This is what it means to be a leader. So you being new gen, this changes a lot because a lot of y'all born after 95, everything that you're going through, you're facilitating the end cycle of the old generation. So you guys are letting the Saturn return that comes in post New World Order set you on the path. This is where, as an Aries rising, Mars in Libra is going to take all the mastery of your 6th house through Virgo and apply it to other people. But get this, you're a goat. Thank you. You're spiritually elite, my G. And you got that R. Kelly signature, the ascended goats. R. Kelly is an ascended goat. Whether you don't like him or not, this is just how it works. As an ascended goat, B, your perspective of this mastery of your behavior, you're aware of it changing your philosophy about how you behave because you're producing receipts. You're seeing the improvement. That's everything you're going to present towards other people. 10th house to your Sun, where the actions you take towards the relationships with others shift the direction you take your career. And that is where, okay, the North node that's transiting your rising with Chiron is the key that is unlocking the true authenticity of your personality. All right. You represent the higher executive elites of your generation and as a leader of the new school. I see you have Saturn in Gemini. Oh, so you're a thinker of the new world, leader of the new school of Saturn Aries. So damn, bro. You have this very hardcore version of vocifery. Those of you with Saturn Gemini, your word is law. So it's very important because personally, and you have Uranus and Neptune in Aquarius. Damn. Oh my God, and Mars and Venus and Scorpio. So and Saturn and Jupiter and Leo. So every single facet of your word crystallizes the integrity of your thoughts and makes it real. This is the burden, especially with Capricorn, that Saturn rules. And now Mars and Libra is the application of how this alignment of your behavior and integrity is enabling how you apply this total karmic ability towards other people so that people will get penalties if they lie to you. But how do you issue them? This is you drawing those boundaries. And this is where Neptune and Saturn in your 12th house are uplifting you out of the collective delusion that you're the delusional one for actually being supernatural. Your existence is so controversial, especially you Moon, Pluto, Sagittariuses. Your soul not only inhabits Hades in its ascended form, but like you have this clairvoyant inner vision. So you'll always see the meaning of a situation that as a goat, you can move forward already with the Pisces signature. Your chart is legit, fam. So allow this Libra transit to unlock how you balance your dealings with other people to step more authentically into who you are. That's what Aries risings are breaking through. The challenge to be yourself uncompromisingly. Okay. Woo! All right, y'all. You guys stay blessed as always. I'm going to do the extended magical moon message tomorrow. So I will upload it for you Eternal Vibe Tribe members, God Squad and Infinity Club. You will also see that as well. This was another W stream. You know what I'm saying? I think TikTok is shadow banning me, guys, because when I upload a video, it tells me it's gone straight to drafts. Ever since I did that astrology debunked video on TikTok, like it's like I can't upload videos anymore. Is that happening to you guys? Do you guys get that message when you upload on TikTok? It's telling me some weird shit, y'all. I uploaded 2 videos, it went straight to drafts. So like, they stay suppressing me, but it's all good. We gonna break through. We're here to shift this ish no matter what. Okay. Y'all stay blessed as always.